I was working very closely with Ibanez on designing this. The base of it came from a previous guitar, AE900 Ibanez.
AE900.
Yes, but I modified a lot of things about the guitar. I thought of making this scratch pad here. It helps making a scratching noise and percussive effects. It's the first time ever this is done globally. As well, we have this pickup, which is super high quality pickup from Fishman, perfect for percussive playing. And I also suggested this to Ibanez. And the whole look of the guitar, I was working so closely with the Ibanez team and making unique, fiery, fire guitar. Actually, some time ago, I checked my Chinese zodiac, and it's a dragon. So it makes sense. There's a little more red here and more fire stuff. And as well, the action of the guitar, the string height, is very, very low.
Very, very low.
Yes, and you can play very fast and play with one hand, which was my request for Ibanez. Yes.
Question: have you seen any of your fans using the same guitar as yours?
Yes. I'm very happy because it was a success first. I think that the acoustic guitar world is not as big as electric guitar world, but because of my online following, so many people on the internet saw the guitar, and now I see a lot of people from China, from Japan, from Europe, from America using this guitar and experimenting. This is the best, when they experiment with all the percussive techniques, all the scratching, fast playing. For me, it's a big joy. Yes.
Many people ask you when you will release an album.
Yes, this is a very difficult question because I'm trying to make my album as good as possible, and I don't want to rush things, because if I rush things, then maybe it's not the best possible version. But I can say that now my album is far advanced, and already I have many guests, famous guitarists and also other musicians, also famous but not guitarists. So I really hope that we can announce my album at the end of this year, and I hope we can release it next year, early next year.
We're not sure if you have any music sheet, but in your opinion, how many years of basic skills required for the people who want to learn your music?
This is another difficult question. I think everybody is different. I highly recommend starting with classical music, classical guitar.
Yes, I saw you play a lot of classical music.
Yes, when I was young, the first guitar that I picked up was classical guitar. And the technique of the right hand, of the left hand, and the position of classical guitar is very important, because any other style, fingerstyle, electric guitar, jazz, all of the roots, the tradition comes from classical music. So I suggest to learn a lot of classical, and later you can experiment on acoustic guitar. For me, it took me maybe 8 years to create a style more personal to me. But everybody is different and everybody has their own voice.
How many years
so far? Steel strings. It was quite late. I first got a steel string guitar when I was 14.
14.
Yes, so now it's been 8 years. 7, 8 years, yes. But before, playing classical and flamenco, I was also experimenting. And now I do a lot of flamenco stuff, classical influences all together.
Okay.
Maybe I can add something.
Okay.
I think that practice is very important, but it's not as important how much time you practice, but how well you practice. So the quality of your practice and how you think about practicing is much more important in your development than 6 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours.
Okay.
Time is not the issue. The issue is quality and your thinking, yes, your mind, yes.
Will you stay in USA to develop your music?
You have very difficult questions. America is great because a lot of my audience is in America, and I used to live in Boston because I studied college in Boston.
Oh, in Boston, okay.
Yes, however, I love my country, I love Poland, and it's very hard for me to leave it. So I think I will spend some time in America, some time in Europe, and I also plan to spend much more time in East Asia, because in China, Japan, Korea, I see a lot of excitement about acoustic guitar. So I want to come there much more.
Okay. Last year you went to Lebanese headquarters in
Yes.
Japan and did a live stream.
Yes,
Can you briefly talk about your trip in Japan?
yes. My trip in Japan was a great memory for me. I think Asian countries, all Asian countries, not only Japan, are very exciting for me because the culture is so unique and so different. And I also really admire Asian people because they treat their heritage very well. And I think in Europe and America, people don't care so much about tradition, which is not good. But for Japan, it was amazing, and I saw so many different places. I got this, you can see this charm from a Buddhist temple. It's a very good memory for me. And the live stream for China was a big surprise for me because so many people tuned in into the audience, and I had so much fun answering the questions of the audience. So next time we can do it again, I hope.
Yeah. So at present, how many hours do you practice guitar every day?
Yes. Unfortunately, the more work you get, the more you play concerts and
Yes.
make videos, the less time you have for practice, which is a very big dilemma for professional guitarists. I would say that I only practice about an hour and a half every day, but a lot of the time it's not just sitting and practicing. It's also composing, and when I arrange new songs, if it's a difficult composition, then I practice while arranging, so I can do two things at once.
Okay.
But in terms of playing guitar, it's much more than 1.5 hours.
The guitar playing style. How do you say that?
How do I
Define it.
personally, I don't like the word fingerstyle too much because fingerstyle makes playing with your fingers some sort of style. It's not a style. This is the tradition of guitar. It's the bass. So for me, this is like hyper modern percussive guitar. That's it. More experimentation, more progression, never staying in place and taking inspiration from other genres, not guitar, other genres. Yes. So experimental percussive guitar, I think.
Do you know our WAGF is our woodpecker acoustic guitar festival. We hold the guitar festival every year. So since the epidemic, we stopped
Yes.
for 3 years. So this year we will continue to do it. So please say something to the friends in China who are planning to participate in our guitar competition. Okay?
Yes, the competition. I'm very happy that WAGF competition is happening again. When I was younger, I took part in very many contests and competitions, and not only it helps with technique and performance, but also with character. So I hope that many people in China can participate in the competition and try their best to not only have their guitar skills, but also develop their character and their mind.
Also, is interested in your nails.
Yes.
Did you do it yourself or go to?
Oh, yes. My nails are gel nails, and they need to be very strong for all of the percussion. And I don't do them myself. Actually, it's funny because every month I go to a nail salon, and it's all women, all ladies around me, and I'm the only boy, the only man with my pen. Yes, but they know me now and they recognize me for the guitar playing. So it's a lot of fun, and it's nice.
So you want to see how big your hand?
Not so big, not so big.
Not so big.
Yeah.
只比我的大一点点。
Not so big. Yeah.
对吧？
A little longer.
Little longer. We are looking forward to your China tour.
Yes.
And thank you for accepting our interview.